Hello and welcome to GuyLogic. My name is Temko and today we are taking a look at a game called Let It Rain. It is coming to early access and it is about you riding a motorcycle and shooting down hordes of zombies on a very heavy metal/rock music track. What could go wrong, I would say. So we're going to dive in and take a look at the options menu and talk a little bit about PC performance before we dive into the game. If you are not interested in all of that, then you can skip run ahead to the gameplay section. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and dive into the options menu. The options menu consists of the gameplay menu where you can change your difficulty, whether or not you want certain special zombies turned on, such as the wheelchair zombie, Marilyn's bikini, don't even get me started on that, the irritated bride, the flying eye, and the revolver man. These are various monsters that are in the game that either give you a bonus or a debuff based on how you approach them. Controls are non-rebindable, which is definitely a bit of a shame. It is available for controller as well as mouse and keyboard, so that is fine, I guess. The controls on a controller aren't that great because it does really need a mouse for proper aiming, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Video-wise, it has a few graphical presets, which is very clear if you know Unity games. This is a Unity game, full screen or off, and it doesn't constrain mouse to window. Again, a bit of a letdown, especially as I can't configure anything other than the for normal presets. Well, simple, fast, faster, fantastic. It does have full resolution option scaling and is not bound to a resolution. You can change this around as you deem fit and you can apply that and that will hold on, but you have to go through every single one of these. Now, it is bound at a maximum of 60 Hz, which is 60 FPS, and you cannot turn that off, which is a damn shame. Other than that, we have some audio options, and this is the only menu that I really like because it has every volume slider in existence. From the various music, bullet, bike, voice, monster, XPLO, and other volumes, which is pretty good. So overall, a very lacking options menu. Locked into 60 FPS, no constraint to window, no borderless window, none of that, no actual further options or advanced options. Now, this is an early access game, so they may do some work on that still, but on inception, it's not exactly looking great. We head back to the main menu. We can either visit the shop or go ahead into one of these many levels. So let's go ahead and visit the shop real quick before we go ahead and dive into the levels. Now, each time you complete a level, you get money, and you can buy cosmetic items with this money. As far as I've been able to see, these cosmetic items don't actually show up anywhere. So I'm not even sure what the hell is going on there. But you can buy a bunch of stuff. And like I bought sunglasses, but my character doesn't actually wear sunglasses, so I'm not sure what's going on there. There's no equip menu or anything like that, so again, early access, probably just not implemented, which is again a bit of a letdown. We have 6 levels total, and each level is done on a different sort of aesthetic, but all the gameplay is identical. So we're gonna dive into the level and I'll regale you with the bike zombie action. So, gameplay wise, you start a race and off you are. You don't have to start with the star signal, it gives you a rebel sign for that. I think it's trying to be tongue-in-cheek because it's a single player game and you're the only guy on a bicycle. The problem is that this bicycle controls like a brick strapped to a brick strapped to another brick on a set of brick wheels. It is absolutely horrendous. It plays absolutely horrible. I can't find a redeeming quality in the control of this bike at all. And I'm listening here to a very fantastic soundtrack with very cool sound effects and sound overlays, and everything else just looks absolutely terrible. The animations for the various zombies are horrible if they are there at all. The bikini lady that heals you up has like hearts coming out of her if you shoot her. She doesn't even move, it's a static image. The movement of your gun, the aiming, as well as the recoil and the effects and the sound for your pistol and revolver aren't there. There's no reload mechanics for revolver, which is strange in and of itself, but then again, we can get around that for the old school shooter style mechanics. But even the racing is plain boring. You'd expect other zombies to be in the race, maybe you're racing versus other zombies, but there's a wheelchair zombie, and there's multiple of them, and they look identical. And then we come to the big monsters and the like, and they aren't that big. They die to a couple of shots from your pistol. But the main problem here, and I will go back to the first thing I said, is that the bike controls like a bloody shit. There is literally no way to control your fall if you are in the air. There's no way to change your direction. If you're flying, you cannot change your camera angle. The field of view is ridiculously narrow, and the upgrades you get, like the shark gun thing on top of your bike, you can't control that. You just have to sort of wave back and forth. You want to hit something with either that or a machine gun. Also, the amount of upgrades is really limited. Each race lasts 3 rounds, that's it. You have 3 lives to refuel by hitting one of those ladies in bikinis. There isn't a lot of narrative cohesion here. There isn't a lot of elemental cohesion. It's all about you're a guy on a bike shooting a revolver at zombies and they die. Hooray. I mean, the game is coming in early access, and I have a lot of leeway for games coming into early access. I always say, unless you are really liking the game as it currently is, don't go into it for early access. The problem with this game is that if this was a free game on itch.io, I would still not recommend getting it, because it is plain terrible. I've played about 2 hours of the game in total, and I hated every last second of it. In fact, by the end, I was just looking at the main menu because I enjoy the soundtrack and my kind of music, but everything else about the game is horrible. Even more so, the 6 levels in the game you will finish in about 20 minutes total, unless you die, and there's absolutely no reason to die. The higher difficulty level doesn't really add anything except more monsters, which is again not that impressive. There's no bosses, there's no extra mechanics, and everything else in the levels, it throws front-loaded at you. There's no actual progression, so it's not a level 1 has normal zombies and level 2 has special zombies. No, you get this flying eyeballs and the wheelchair zombie and the crouching zombie thing from the get-go, and that's all there is to this game. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to say this game has any charm. I'd like to say this game has potential, but right now there's a lot of development left on this game to make it even passable. Everything has to be redone. I mean, the gun control has to be redone, the movement has to be redone, everything from the animations to the monster AI, which, I mean, monsters are running into walls. Their only purpose is to stand still, and they're running into walls, which is a whole different ballgame in and of itself. I honestly cannot recommend this title at any price point at all. So as such, I suggest you avoid it. Let It Rain. You had me hook, line, and sinker until you actually booted up. Oh, and the game crashed twice while recording this, so it's not really stable as well. So if you want to, you can check it out on Steam, though I definitely don't recommend it. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, well, press the like button below. If you didn't like this video, well, there's a dislike button for exactly that. And leave a comment. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what we can do better. We want to hear back from all of you. And if you want to see more content like this, or preferably from better games, then you can press the subscribe button down below and we will deliver. So until then, I wish you a good day, and until next time, right here on GuyLogic.